Hello and welcome back to my channel. I had a few people asking me if the Vipertech steel hop-up unit fits into the GHK barrel extension. We're going to be answering this today. This is the beautiful steel hop-up unit. Indestructible, almost. I destroyed two of them, but that's another story. And here we have the GHK barrel extension. Let's have a closer look at it. And let's see, does it fit? Yes, it fits perfectly. How is it in here? So we could see that the sleeve is right there at the ramp. Is that going to hinder it? Let's see right now. We're going to get a BB. I'm going to slide it in very slowly. Is it catching up? Nope, there's no catch up. All right, let me try it again. Just for, let's see, it's going in there. Yeah, no catch up. So it seems to be fitting pretty good with the Vipertech buckings, and if you're also using the TNT hop-up bucking, which I like, or the maple leaf bucking for the VSR, you're gonna have to do some little modification, but it fits in here. They typically are flush, which is amazing because, you see, they sit like this. So this steel sleeve right here, it's protecting it to where if you're having, something like this to where it's a little bit more exposed, it's going to be coming out, or even worse with TNT. See how short that sleeve is? The bucking is going to be sticking out even more. All right, there we go. This is a great example. We can see how they're sticking out. So with the Vipertech right here, it's flush. Then we have the maple leaf where the bucking is sticking out just a little bit, and then with the TNT, it's sticking out too much. And you can see how shorter it gets with the sleeve. And you can see also here on top, both of them, when I had misfeed, they would destroy the hop-up unit, and also with that, it creates a sharp edge and would also damage the hop-up bucking. With the Vipertech, it really doesn't. I mean, you can see on the top right here, it already got destroyed because I had hop-up issue. I had misfeed issues over and over again, and then after a while it would give up on me. But once you have to figure it out, you know exactly how to do it, then you're fine. One of the biggest issues we're having with misfeed is exactly this ramp right here. So let me try to recreate it. All right, there we go. So let's say this hop-up unit would be sticking out like this, and it's fitting inside the hop-up chamber like this. Let's see if it's going to obstruct it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see with GHK. Yeah, it does. So if I'm pushing it in here just slightly, I feel some resistance. You do not want that. Now, if we're making it flush, right here, there we go. I don't feel any resistance. If you feel just a little bit, in my experience, it's okay. I had it with my 416. I had a slight little resistance, and it was fine. All right, so back to it. Does it actually fit? So let's measure the back of it, how much it's coming out. We have about, what is this, 20? Well, all right, let's give it a little bit more. Maybe it's going to be 21. Yeah, about 21 millimeters. Okay. Let's see, what do we get with this, with the TNT? We have to line it up because I did grind this down to make it fit into my chamber, to my barrel extension. All right. Put the wheel in the back. And also, mind you, here in the back, you would have an O-ring. Oh, okay, this is surprising. So this is larger. This is not 21. This is 22, plus you would have an O-ring. With the Vipertech, you would have an O-ring in the back too. And let's see, what are we having with the maple leaf? Line this up, it's lined up. Oh, look at this. Okay, this is even a little bit longer too. And you would have, with the maple leaf, you would have a little plate right here. And then also the O-ring. Let's see the width. What do we have right here? We're having 18. Let's be a little bit more generous. Okay, 18.5. What are we having here? 18.5. And what are we having here? Another. What are we having? Okay, this is a little bit less. This is 17. Okay, 17.8. So I don't know, folks. It looks like it might fit. All right, everything looked fine, but there was one last thing that I just checked, and it looks like it doesn't fit. The issue is what's hitting it. It's not the back of it, it's the feed lips. I mean the sleeve, the HopUp sleeve, the HopUp bucking sleeve. So you see it's hitting it right here onto the ramp, and if you were to squeeze this in, it's going to bend this ramp, and you're gonna be out of luck. Now, hopefully I could show this. Nah, there's not really much you could see, but if you look into the back, you could see that this is not touching, well, the back of this. You see that? I don't know if you can. So anyway, so to prevent this, right, we don't want the sleeve messing up the ramp right here. Just put a little spacer. You can find them at Home Depot or somewhere else. Put a little spacer. You're gonna have to see how much you need so it touches that first, and it's not gonna be well, crushing your feed lips. Other than that, it looks like it fits. There's another thing. What you have to do is, if you want to really make this work and you don't want this to be twisting around, because there is no well, there's no lip here to keep it in place, you would have to drill holes. You see there's one here, 2, 3. So you would have to drill tiny little holes here and here. It'd be 3 of them, and then you make your own thread with the threading bit. Now, what kind of screws you're going to be using? You're going to be using the M3s. Usually, those are the regular ones that we use in airsoft anyhow to lock this one in. So that's not a big issue. But make sure you thread that, otherwise it's going to go out of place. And if you put the screws in it, because this is very weak aluminum, don't over torque it, because you're going to mess up the threads. Torque it down just a little bit with blue Loctite, and it should be held in place. All right, and here's another thing what I like about the Vipertech using screws. It is, let's say this one is coming out too much, then you can push a little bit forward and then you screw it back in. Granted, it might not be in the grooves that it has in here, but it'll be fine. If you want to, you can even file it down to make your own groove. But let's say this will be still not, you know, this is still far out. You can pull it in just slightly to where you like it, and now you can just shut it closed and it'll be fine. But don't do it too much, because you want to make sure the top where the HopUp is pressing down on the HopUp bucking, it's not going to be too far out or too far back. What I mean by that, you don't want it to be pressing here at the end or too much in the front. That's another thing you have to watch out. But in my experience, and well, let's do it right now as a matter of fact. So we're gonna line this up perfectly. It's almost flush, and let's see if we're gonna have any issues. All right, one more try, guys. I really want to make this work for you guys. Okay, so we have it here, and let's see, do we have any? Yep, we have a little bit of a catch-up right here, so let's make it flush. There we go. Now it's a little bit inside. Let's see how it looks on the top. The top looks still good. It looks like it'll be pressing right from the top. And let's see. Okay, this is all lined up. And let's see if it's catching somewhere. Yep, there's just a little bit of a catch right down here. So what you can do, what I do with mine, is the lower part right here, the little lip right here, you don't really need that. So you can even cut that out so we can make sure that the BB is going to be fed inside without any issues. No hiccups whatsoever. All right, at this point, you're thinking, well, that's way too much work. Why not just get a Vipertech barrel extension? Well, I'm going to show it to you why you can't. Because this is too big. We're having 25.1, and what are we going to have here? Oh, we can see it already. It's way smaller. 23.6. Yeah, that's a bummer. But just to give you an idea, you see those holes that I was talking about. And just really make sure that that's going to be the difficult part, that the HopUp bucking is not going to be crooked in there. Let's say the HopUp bucking is more like this. Then you're going to have your BBs fly left to right. So you see, this is the issue. If you're going to fix it like this, it's going to be too much to the left, to the right. So it's going to be a little tricky one. Let's just assume that this is 100% straight, right? But you fix it. Damn it. There we go. All right. Let's say this is 100% straight, but you screw it on like this. Your BBs are going to flying off to the side, or you make it like this, and it's not 100% straight. So, what's the verdict? It is possible, but there is a lot of headache and precise work needed.